Joining us once again, Derrell Peel, our livestock marketing specialist. Derrell, these past few weeks we've had quite a run in the cattle markets. Kind of take us through what's gone on.
Well, you know, back in January we had a big run up in fed cattle and wholesale box beef prices due to the storms at that time, the post-holiday period. And we thought those records probably were things that we wouldn't touch again for a while. But again in March, once again we see that the underlying tight supplies, continued bad weather, it just has caused another run. So as of this, last week or so, we set new records once again for both the wholesale box beef as well as the fed cattle price.
Let's change species and talk about hogs. The PED virus has really taken a bit of effect. Walk us through that market.
You know, this is kind of the new thing on the horizon here, with the PED virus continuing pretty much unchecked at this point. They really don't have a handle on this disease. The supply effects that really go back to last summer when the disease broke out are now showing up in the market with reduced slaughter. And we're now year to date down on pork production. Just a couple months ago, we thought pork production would be up a couple percent for this year. So the pork market now is beginning to respond with these very fast run-ups in both the hog prices as well as the pork cutout values, much somewhat similar to the beef complex, and they're certainly playing off of each other at this point.
All right, so we've talked beef, we've talked hogs. What's going on with chicken?
Well, the third meat in the meat complex is poultry. The poultry industry ramped up production in the last part of 2013 in anticipation of strong beef prices at that time. Now we've got strong pork prices. You'd think chicken would be part of this scenario, and yet as yet we have not seen a lot of reaction on the poultry side. Relatively weak wholesale prices for most of the poultry products. It looks like we're beginning to see some response there, and I certainly would expect to see some response as we go forward. But we're really seeing kind of a lag in the poultry demand in response to that, and so it's not participating in this rally so much at this point.
All right, let's turn that back to cattle. What does all this mean for the feeder cattle market?
Well, we've had feeder cattle prices at very strong levels since last fall. We've moved to new higher levels again recently this spring for both the calves and the heavyweight feeder cattle. These higher prices all the way up to the wholesale level and increasingly into the retail level helps justify those prices. It makes them more feasible in the industry in terms of the margins. And so, we're going to move forward with these very strong prices. It really depends on the weather the next couple of months. If we have what looks like good forage conditions developing, then we're going to continue to see very strong demand for calves from a stocker standpoint, for heifers from a replacement standpoint, and so we'll continue to see these very strong cattle prices for the foreseeable future.
All right, well, that's good news. Derrell Peel, livestock marketing specialist here at Oklahoma State University.